A man who understands the art of restraint captivates women with his confidence, mystery, and effortless charm. The ability to capture her attention without exerting too much effort isn't just a skill, it's an art form. Honoré de Balzac famously stated, "Truthfulness reveals power, not force or frequency." This statement perfectly relates to the world of attraction in a society that is obsessed with doing more. If you're wondering how to harness this subtle power and uncover the secrets of effortless seduction, read this. Continue reading to gain practical advice on how to attract women with a less aggressive approach based on the timeless laws of power, which increase your allure number. First place. When women think about guys, what images come to mind? 1. What images of guys come to mind for women? The notion that women frequently dream of vampires or billionaires reveals a deeper, more complex web of psychological and emotional desires. These fantasies describe a desire to give up an exciting yet freeing experience. A delicate balance and a seductive dance on the brink of danger, where vulnerability becomes irresistible in today's world, are at the heart of this attraction. Similar to this, men find themselves drawn to women who radiate danger, mystery, and an unpredictable allure that leaves them breathless. Social norms, political correctness, and the inflexibility of routine control many people's lives. But beneath this polished exterior lies an unbridled desire for chaos and adventure that never goes away. Consider the allure of the vampire, who embodies elegance, refinement, and otherworldliness, or the charisma of the billionaire. The personification of safety, comfort, and near-fairy-tale strength serves to satisfy the needs of each archetype. This personification caters to the complementary yet distinct needs of each archetype. The comfort of safety is combined with the excitement of risk, yet the real connection transcends stereotypes. It entails exploring an individual's inner realm and uncovering their hidden aspirations, anxieties, and unsaid aspirations. Imagine a seemingly restrained woman who secretly finds herself drawn to the pulsating rhythm. Too often we approach relationships from a universal viewpoint, overlooking the unique spark that ignites someone's soul. The appeal of unpredictability. Her favorite novels. Even in the way she styles her hair and the tunes she listens to, she loses herself. In order to captivate her, you must pay close attention to her underlying wishes and respond precisely to establish a link that feels special. At its core, her seduction necessitates vulnerability. They possess the courage to reveal their true selves and the willingness to embrace emotional vulnerability. This bare truth of love reminds us that exposing your heart involves experiencing grief, yet it's precisely this risk that transforms love on a psychological level. The word vulnerable comes from the Latin vulnus, which means wound. Enticement uses primal dynamics to access the openness and reliance of our early male friendships. This frequently takes the form of the anima. In a society that exalts independence and emotional strongholds, the ideal feminine image ingrained in their subconscious gradually forms layers of self-protection that shield us from harm while simultaneously limiting our ability to develop deep emotional connections. Emotional openness leads to progress. Vulnerability transforms into an act of rebellion through discomfort, and we develop the fortitude to handle life's inevitable obstacles, such as the soreness from a hard workout. Emotional danger fortifies us for the future. What does she imagine? In a world where so many people are afraid, she envisions a world of surrender, adventure, and the magnetic pull of true visibility. Far from manipulation, seduction is an art form that invites people to embrace vulnerability, individuality, and the beauty of stepping into the unknown. Isn't it ironic that in the digital age, when everything feels exposed, The most captivating stories are those that hint at connection, boldness, and mystery. Letting go seduction is a timeless art form and a vital rebellion that exhorts us to welcome risk, curiosity, and the limitless possibilities for connection. The second secret is that second place. The allure of vulnerability, the secret you desire. Yearn for the charms of vulnerability. What I want to discuss is that vulnerability is really about exposing oneself to the potential for harm, as Carl Jung and other psychologists have noted when someone presents a strong front, such as a man who appears so tough and masculine. When someone puts on their moral armor, whether it be protective, sanctimonious, judgmental, or tender, it often conceals a tender, insecure, or gentler side that they are afraid to reveal. Humans are full of paradoxes. It's highly likely that they are grappling with a profound sense of insecurity, which often contradicts their outward appearance. Repressing this shadow self leads to dissonance, pain, and a gradually growing sense of dissonance. I refer to this as the lost ego. It yearns to come out and play and explore the world with a child's curiosity. Interface with this hidden part of ourselves teaches us who we are and how to develop. Ironically, we find strength and learn to be ourselves in our most vulnerable moments. Now picture someone coming into your life who taps into this hidden aspect of you, someone with just the right amount of edge and danger. Because of their energy, you may be drawn to them, almost hypnotized, craving something you didn't know you wanted. Take a look at the movies and stories we adore, which are full of moody anti-heroes, sexy antagonists, darkly charming vampires. We may call them dangerous or wicked, but they capture our attention like no one else can. Why does this hunger stem from the repression inherent in the laws of human nature? I explore the darker sides of our minds, the shadow we suppress, and seduction frequently entails channeling that darkness, which is why it feels exciting even though it is taboo. However, is seduction purely dark energy? No, it thrives in the tension between the forbidden and the desirable. Imagine you are at a bar trying to charm a woman and she accepts to go home with you right away. Instead, imagine a scenario where she teases you, either by mentioning that she already has a partner, or by acting as though she doesn't notice your efforts, and then suddenly your interest soars. Where's the thrill? There's nothing exciting about that. Human psychology naturally gravitates towards objects that appear elusive or challenging. What's elusive, forbidden, or challenging piques our desire in ways that the easily attainable cannot. Without that edge, there would be no fire to fuel our passions and fantasies. So what's the secret? It's this tension between risk and reward, the dance between vulnerability and strength. Accepting it will help you attract others and reveal your magnetic self. The third piece of advice is for good people to be truthful and refrain from giving away free gifts. At the time I adopted what is known as the kind guy character, I had to deal with failure after failure. These days, the phrase nice guy has a complicated, almost sardonic connotation that frequently denotes helplessness and a lack of comprehension of human dynamics. People frequently credit Malcolm X with saying, "More than power, helplessness corrupts because it exposes a harsh aspect of human nature." Everyone wants control over their lives, and when they don't with friends, family, or co-workers, they're unhappy. When individuals feel helpless, they frequently react in two destructive ways. Self-loathing causes individuals to withdraw into themselves, spiral into depression, manipulate others, and use destructively disguised passive-aggressive strategies. The primary saboteur of compassion is behavior as a virtue. When motivated by insecurity, kindness betrays weakness to others, particularly in love situations. For instance, women are naturally sensitive to confidence and can tell when a man is insecure or overly eager to please. This type of energy weakens a man's appeal by making him appear desperate or worse, inauthentic. So, how can one avoid falling into the kind guy trap? Allow me to discuss 3 life-changing techniques that enabled me to reinvent who I am. Establish boundaries as if your life depended on them. Respect begins with self-respect. Learn to say no without feeling guilty. For example, politely declining someone's request to do something inconvenient shows that you value their time and effort. 2. Cultivate confidence through your absence. At times, stepping back allows others to take the lead. Not always accessible. Generate enigmatic moments. It's true what they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Be kind, but make it. Sincere kindness is not a tactic but a superpower when it represents who you really are. Be selective rather than distributing your focus carelessly. Be deliberate. When you're too agreeable, you become predictable. Steve Jobs famously said, "Don't let the noise of other people's opinions drown out your own inner voice." This applies to relationships just as much as it does to life. Cynically, we often take things for granted. People responded to my sincerity and respected my boundaries when I started living unapologetically as my true self. Relationships are a dance of giving and receiving generosity, whether with time. Attention or affection is necessary, but balance is key. For instance, if you're always the one initiating, take a step back and watch what happens. Going back or displaying a little bit of unpredictability can reignite interest and respect. Relationship success is about carefully and truthfully presenting oneself as a brand, not about manipulating others. This isn't manipulation, rather, it's an understanding of human behavior and the development of deep connections. Express your values with assurance and clarity, then let your personality gradually emerge, making encounters interesting and fresh. Every relationship starts with attraction, a much maligned art, but it's necessary for the initial chemistry. After a while, the connection becomes deeper and richer. Here's the thing. If you want to understand women or anyone else in general, you need to spend time observing and paying attention to the patterns of interest that emerge. Women often appreciate stories and experiences that express authenticity and depth. They seek a sense that the interaction transcends mere physical attraction or a competition for dominance. Let me give you a humble example. I used to believe that writing poetry or bringing flowers on a first date would make someone fall in love with me right away, but that didn't work out. In another situation, I tried to be too cautious and asked if we should slow down to make this mean something, but it backfired spectacularly. She mistook my hesitation as indifference, and the connection fizzed. The lesson here is that authenticity is everything. Women want to feel valued, wanted, and attractive. Show confidence and sincerity, not as a gimmick, but as who you truly are, even in long-term relationships. When a woman wants to feel like she commands your entire attention, dynamics are essential, especially if you're a driven, ambitious person. Making time to intentionally focus on your partner without interruptions from work or phones strengthens bonds, makes them feel beautiful, valued, and intellectually respected, and your relationship will improve as a result. This is why role models such as the billionaire Captivate are so alluring. They represent ambition balanced with the capacity to put their partner's needs first. In addition to money, generosity includes time, attention, and presence. For example, taking someone to a small restaurant but giving them your full attention is far more valuable than splitting a check while browsing through your phone. Genuine indications of generosity and emotional wealth are important, but maintaining equilibrium is equally important. Taking a step back or creating space can maintain interest, and ultimately, genuine connections stem from emotional sincerity. Develop your sense of observation and genuine connection. Forget about strict tactics or gimmicks. Generosity and honesty are the cornerstones of enduring relationships, so enter the world not as a kind person, but as a man who isn't afraid to be self-assured and generous, a man who knows that the purest form of power comes from being unapologetic about who he is. The allure of being number 4 is undeniable. Why is ambition such an alluring thing? Why does ambition captivate people? Why does ambition particularly appeal to women? The study of evolutionary psychology. As societal roles change and more women assume the position of major breadwinners, ambition frequently indicates the capacity to provide for, protect, and endure through life's hardships. This is a fundamental relationship that could hold the key to the solution. We subconsciously associate ambition with security and resourcefulness. If we think about it, a man who lacks ambition may come across as aimless or unreliable, which causes discomfort in both social and personal dynamics. In contrast, an ambitious man exudes control, resilience, and determination. Sure, he may appear unpredictable at times, even a little daring, but isn't that part of his charm? After all, life is full of uncertainties, and having someone by your side who thrives on overcoming obstacles is an attractive prospect. Love is a survival mechanism, deeply ingrained in our biology, as biological anthropologist Helen Fisher once stated. Could this be the reason ambition still carries such weight in matters of attraction? How do men and women approach and master the art of seduction differently? Let's dissect the art of seduction. Women frequently depend on sensory attraction. Whether it's a sophisticated outfit, an alluring stroll, or a hint of perfume, one of a woman's most underappreciated weapons is her voice. A woman's voice may be seductive, calming, and completely compelling, evoking primal ties. Studies reveal that men gravitate towards women with softer, slightly higher-pitched voices due to their subconscious resemblance to Marilyn Monroe's iconic breathy tone, which still evokes youthfulness and vitality. However, seduction transcends mere appearances or sounds. It involves a flirtatious dance of attraction. Look at a playful comment, followed by a coy fish. Get away from this. Humans are hardwired to pursue things that appear just out of reach, so it's no surprise that dynamic awakens a man's innate desire to pursue. Oscar Wilde once said that the only way to overcome temptation is to give in to it. However, men entice in different ways, and the stereotypical guy is not always the best at resisting temptation. Often compared to a rake, the seducer focuses on his target of desire, making her the center of his universe during their time together. His attention is captivating, his presence a considerate, and his words unlock an exciting and mysterious world. As Albert Einstein once remarked, "You can't blame gravity for falling in love." Perhaps seduction in all its manifestations is just a natural force dragging us toward what we desire most. Number 5. This is why women are driven to it. It promises more than just companionship. It promises an amazing experience. 5th, developing your dating skills, a contemporary guide. Being proficient at dating a modern playbook, dating these days can be like navigating a minefield of apps, conflicting signals, and the always intimidating first date. Are you unsure of how to make your match feel special during those first few conversations? Let's dissect the key to making a lasting first impression. Nonverbal communication is where it all starts. Studies reveal that body language shapes 55% of initial perceptions. Only 7% of initial perceptions are influenced by words, and 38% are influenced by tone of voice. As Harvard psychologist Dr. Amy Cuddy advises, "Fake it till you become it" Even if you're uncomfortable, your posture, eye contact, and smile often convey more than any creative opening statement. But remember that confidence isn't about perfection, but about honesty. First dates are all about establishing the tone. Would you prefer to wow with a fancy rooftop dinner, or keep it casual with coffee and laughter at a neighborhood cafe? Stand tall, make eye contact, and smile sincerely. Your body will fool your brain into feeling more confident, and that energy is contagious. Both methods are effective, but it's crucial to choose an environment that fosters genuine connection. For instance, if you're both foodies, try going to a chef's tasting event or a wacky food truck. Both provide chances for informal chat. The magic of presence. Have you ever been on a date where the other person seemed preoccupied? It's a buzzkill. Instead, concentrate on being present and actively listen to the details they share, such as their favorite movie or how they drink their coffee. If you're unsure about what to wear, keep it simple yet elegant. Mentioning it later demonstrates your interest and makes you stand out. For example, if your date mentions mystery novels in passing, you could remark, "I saw this cafe hosting a mystery book club. Would you want to check it out sometime?" A considerate recommendation is preferable to a generic one. Let's always get together. Overcoming rejection and developing resilience in the face of their apparent lack of interest is crucial. Don't panic. Occasionally, people will test your self-assurance without you noticing. Remember what Thomas Edison once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Remain calm and keep the conversation light. When handled gracefully, rejection can be a stepping stone rather than a wall. Every experience teaches you something new about yourself and what you're looking for in a partner. After all, today's dating is about connection, not perfection. As Maya Angelou once said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Focus on creating memorable moments, and the rest will fall into place. If they don't feel like you, they're not your type, and that's okay. Consider your strengths and the type of connection you seek. These questions are more than self-reflective. They're the compass guiding you toward someone who truly appreciates your unique spark. It's time to embrace the jitters and realize that every shared joke and swiping smile brings you one step closer to discovering your true love. Are you prepared to become an expert at deduction? Conclusion: when you exude confidence, mystery, and self-control, you naturally attract people without having to work for it. Understanding the subtle laws of power and practicing self-control can unleash a magnetic energy that surpasses mere words. The secret to luring women with little effort is self-control and building sincere relationships, not manipulation. If this spoke to you, click the like button to express your support. Thank you for seeing us, and we hope to see you again soon. Please subscribe to the Stoic Goddess and leave your opinions in the comments section below. Don't forget to press the notification bell to ensure you don't miss any more inspirational videos.